All right, down here on the court with the players. First of all, out of the gate, as always, just thank you guys for playing.
Yeah,
thank you
for having us.
Coming out on the court in front of the cameras. I always respect all the players we have here on the channel tremendously. So first question for both of you, doesn't matter who takes it first. What was it like? Both of you, we usually have a returning player versus like a new player to kind of introduce somebody. It's not often we have two new players. What was it like? Any different than like a normal like competitive match, or not really?
Playing under the cameras, you mean?
Yeah, I'll go first. Definitely, I was saying that in my closing remarks, definitely a difference. You could have seen those first 10 games, right? I think I double faulted at least 10 or 12 times, and I actually prided myself 3 years ago about having a very stable second serve, believe it or not.
We'll come back to that.
Yeah, exactly. But no, it's definitely an added pressure. You definitely take at least 10 miles per hour off your swing, at least when you first get it. I think as you get into the match, you get a little bit more comfortable. You kind of zone it out, just try to adapt to the play. But for sure,
Did you enjoy it or not really?
I enjoyed it.
Yeah?
I enjoyed it a lot. I mean, I haven't played a best 2 out of 3 or really a set or a match play in years.
Okay.
So with the tennis and so the camera and then actually playing a match,
it
was just getting back into it. But I really did enjoy it.
How about you, Rory?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely started a little, well, it ended slow too, but it definitely tightened up my game. Just thinking about everything a little bit more than I normally do.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I loosened up, stopped thinking about it a little bit. But it's just added pressure and more thinking about like, what's this going to look like, or yeah. Where when I'm normally playing, I just don't feel the pressure.
There was a pocket in the middle of the first set where you guys kind of traded momentum a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys feel like that was because of maybe easing into like the environment, the situation with the cameras, or was it other tactical stuff going on?
I think it was a mixture of both.
Yeah.
I really do think. I think we were both definitely tight, nervous going through it, but I think that we were kind of neutral, right, in terms of how much pressure we're on each other. We were just trying to feel each other's games out. Both of us were struggling on our serves, so I think really just trying to get those first serves in, get those second serves in, especially for me. We could get back to it, but
I would dare say though that it seemed like you were struggling less with your serve, and that you were making it, but you were just blocking it back and getting it nice and deep, whereas you were giving him the points. And I think that, I mean, that dynamic is tricky, because like you've always got that, but you can always come back from where you are with your serve. So it seemed like that leaned in your favor.
Yeah,
I think
there was a point in there. You'll probably hear it in the midway conversation, but in between the points, I just stopped serving my first serve. I was like, I'm just gonna hit my second serve.
We noticed.
I don't want to double fault. I'd
smart.
rather just rally it out and grind through those points rather than give them free points. So
Sure.
So with the doubles, is that unusual? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, and outside of him giving me the free points and doubles, Chris and I have played enough against each other that I know what his real serve looks like. And honestly, like, him not giving me any power on the serves really messed with the flow of my game. Like,
That's funny.
Today's my backhand was the worst that it's been. Usually it's as good as my forehand. It was just like,
Brilliant
he was
tactics,
slowing me
Chris.
down. It was
it was all part of the plan.
it was
That's
weird. Like, he made me unaggressive.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So I was going to ask, was this match, since you've played each other before, was the dynamic here significantly different than a normal match, like a normal
Well, yeah,
set?
because normally we're just like, there's another buddy that we play with. We'll do like king of the court, maybe some games, and it's just all no pressure. So we just like hit out hard.
Yeah.
And this was like a lot more pressure than we. Yeah.
So the flow of the points and like offense, that was different than normal?
Yeah.
Super different.
Oh yeah,
Because
100%.
you got to actually have tactics, right, when you're doing a match
Yeah.
play, right? You can't just go for willy-nilly,
slap.
relax. Exactly.
I mean, you can.
You can. Well, and honestly, like I was trying to talk myself into that, because.
Slapping?
Well, yeah, because like when I play aggressively,
Yeah.
it's my game, and I kept like easing up, and I'm like, this is not my game. Like,
That's what we kind of noticed, that we, like, early on, we kind of felt like you were going to be instigating the points. You were going to try to force yourself, and it seemed like you were going to try to neutralize. And I wonder, you know, from each of you, how would you like give a scouting report on the other person?
Oh, I'll go first.
Oh yeah,
Chris.
You mean prior to this?
well, like
match, or
if I
in
didn't-
general, yeah.
like how would you describe how best to play the other person?
in general?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Chris is a really smart tactician. He hits it where he's supposed to. He's really consistent with like a lot of topspin on the ball, and he can be tricky with his power. Like you can think he's just playing conservatively, and then he just blows the ball by you when he wants to. Serve-wise, it's not like you don't have the biggest serve, but it's
No offense. Yeah.
honestly like I've never seen this many double faults from him. Like normally,
So
it's
today was kind of an outlier for you?
Oh yeah.
huge outlier.
Yeah. It could be the pressure though. Honestly, it could be.
I think it was. I think you just look tight.
You don't know till you're actually on the court, and then it's a real
Yeah,
thing.
it's
Yeah.
different.
You know, even now, I've played a bunch of matches, and you know, first couple of games, I'm a little unsure if it's been
Yeah.
a while. Yeah.
Normally, like you have an ad side out wide serve that can sneak into aces, and I didn't see one of those today.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, there
you
wasn't
always
any.
have that down the tee kick serve that is problematic, and yeah.
I will say for him, first of all, he's gotten so much better from when the time
Really?
that we first played. Tremendously amount of better, and he's put in the work, right? He's played a lot. You know, he's grinded. He's went to tournaments and everything, and it's shown a lot. If I would say for his game, I think his specialty is he doesn't quit. He has no quit. He's sneakily fast. He's one of the fastest players that I've played with. No ball is safe with him, right? So you got to always follow your coach's mindset, right? If you're hitting a cross-court shot, you got to recover, you know, or if you're hitting down the line, recover to the middle. You got to really focus on your feet, right? And I think his footwork is one of his biggest strong suits too, right? He knows how to attack, knows how to take away time from you as well too. So I think overall he's just a really tricky player with that huge serve. Obviously, I don't think I have to really say much about that. So really tricky player, no quit in him. I would describe you as a counterpuncher, if that's fair. I think that's where you play your best.
Yeah, probably.
And you know, and quite frankly, for me, I think when I play my best is when I'm aggressive.
Yeah.
When I'm
So
the
you
one
kind of
dictate.
flip roles.
kinda
We flipped
opposite.
roles today. It was
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I can be aggressive, but yeah, I definitely. Well, and to be fair, when I play him, he is normally aggressive, and I have to be more defensive than a lot of other players. So a lot of other players don't give me what he does, and I can attack more easily.
Is the drop shot a stable of yours in your armor?
Normally, not today. And then I just forgot that he can run.
Yeah, he's pretty fast too.
Yeah. I was like,
Whoops.
Oh, right. Okay. That's who I'm playing today. Okay.
He's just trying to balance out the double faults. you know?
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every time you double faults, you gotta throw in a drop shot.
Yeah. 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 Normally I can like push people back and then drop it
Sure,
on them. So
sure.
yeah. Yeah.
What do you guys feel like was the difference in the second set? Like there was a lot of momentum shifts in the first set, like back and forth. Like why was the second set, from your perspective, such a different story?
I could go first. I mean, I think I knew there were a few heartbreaks at the end of the first set for
for sure.
Rory.
I think you saved five set points. I think.
5, yeah. That set could have
God.
easily gone the other way.
What a terrible statistic.
Sorry, man. Hate to tell you.
Yeah, that set could have easily gone, and I've been in his shoes before in a match, and it's definitely not easy
Brutal,
to get back into the mindset and really grind it out. So for me, I really knew that I sensed over the first 3 points, like first 2 games, that he was really trying to get his mojo back, his momentum back. So he was kind of rushing a lot of shots.
Yeah.
So my game plan was really just to get the ball in. Really, it was just like, and I really saw in his forehand too,
Yeah.
which is usually his stronger shot. He was rushing that forehand a lot. So I was just hitting nice topspin, wasn't trying to go for it. And it wasn't until that 3-love, when I was up 3-love, that's when I really started to be free on my forehand and really try to control the points again.
Yeah. I mean, a little bit of it was fatigue, but I couldn't talk myself back into my game. Like I just
First set kind of stick with you after the breaker?
I don't even know that it did. Like I mean, it was a little heartbreaking. Like I should have won that set, I think. But he beat me on those points. I had a couple lazy shots where it was just like, oh my God.
The big set point, you had a great rally going. You came in and he hit a topspin lob over you, and that was clutch. That was like really for me. That was like that's where the match just completely completely turned. That I thought, okay, now if you win this set, I felt like you would have so much like psychic momentum going into the second one, because just saving that match point with such a great shot was it was like both of us just went, oh my gosh, like that just happened.
Totally.
Was that the first one too? I think that he saved.
I think so, yeah.
And then it was just
it was just
it's tough.
Yeah.
And then you kept pushing
shifts.
back, and it kept coming, back around, and there were like a couple of close ones, a couple of double faults, just like it was excruciating, just like who's gonna like get over on this, It was.
I think it was quite evident.
It was a battle. It was a battle. Yeah.
Definitely in that tiebreak, we weren't trying to win. We were just trying not to lose.
That's really times.
Yeah.
Horrible. And then like the second set, I was trying to talk myself out of that mindset into attacking, and it just wasn't working. Like I think I was like not watching the ball the whole way through, and like normally I'm getting lower, driving forward, and I wasn't. I was coming up so much today. But Chris changed his game that second set. He tuned up a lot more than he did in
the UEs dropped way down. I think that was the key.
Double faults too.
Double faults.
Yeah.
But and from my perspective, that you were really riding your serve hard, and your serve was really moving nicely, and you were hitting spots. But when he started getting those balls in, that +1 seemed to kind of stymie you. It was like that he was hitting him deep enough that you were not able to really attack.
I wasn't. I thought I was flat-footed. I wasn't getting. And I wasn't moving my legs, getting and setting myself correctly. And so once he started getting them back, it's just like.
Well, and that's where, that both Ian and I would say, like, maybe a serve and volley to kind of just to get your feet moving and like maybe kind of like announce that you're not going to be easily passed on those balls, like that if all you're doing is blocking the ball back, then prepare for a volley.
Right.
And you came to the net a couple of times. Both of you had some really nice net exchanges, I thought. And you didn't really capitalize on that as much as you could have.
I think there are clear points that I hit today that were my game, and I just didn't do it enough.
Yeah.
Like I can play like that more consistently, and it was like.
Nobody walks away from a match and says, I checked every box.
No.
And if they did, well, enjoy it, because it's never going to happen again.
Yeah.
All right, guys. In hindsight, anything you wish you did differently in the match?
Wish I would have fixed my diet a little bit more, the weeks leading into it, try to get a little bit more cardio in me, but.
Is this a Taco Bell plug?
This is a Chipotle plug.
Oh, Chipotle, okay. Oh,
is Taco Bell the sponsor?
Oh, Chipotle, yeah.
No.
We're going
it's
upscale.
Unofficial sponsor of Sunset.
Okay.
Taco Bell, yeah.
No, like, in the match, I think one of the biggest things is just, I think in general, just not really be in my own head. Play my own game, right? Just take what Rory's giving me. I think a lot of times I went into the match trying to play something, when a lot of times, and if that doesn't work out, a lot of times you just got to take what the opponent's giving you, right? You got to abandon your game plan and adapt and go through it. And I think that's what I did, but I think I wasn't ready, or at least when I was up 4-2 and then I double faulted 4 times to go 4-3, and then he went up 5-4. I think at that point I was just mentally, I was like, okay, my game plan's not here. Should I stick with it? I just wasn't, what's the word? Decisive. So I think in general, right?
That's
have a game plan going in, but adapt and be comfortable. Whatever the opponent gives you, just take that and just try to adapt and win.
It's easier to do when you're getting a lot of reps in, and if you're not playing much, then match reps.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. For me, I think just lost focus too much.
After the first or before that?
After the first.
Yeah.
I think Yeah, I mean, you know, everything's not going to be perfect in the day. My backhand not being what it normally is was really in my head and overthinking that, and I just needed to stop thinking about it. And yeah, being indecisive, like second guessing what I was about to do, and
You guys are kind of in the same boat, it sounds like.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but like on the points where I was focused, like down 0-5 the second set, and then love 40, I just was like, okay, like just actually focus on this point, and I get 3 good serves in a row.
Oh, that's how
I
it
should be
works.
doing that. Yeah, like let's keep that the whole time. Like,
Why did I think of that an hour ago?
yeah, like you know, it's
Yeah,
just,
you start to believe you can actually come back
yeah,
when you do that.
yeah,
I mean,
I do,
and
yeah.
that's such a huge thing, just to have
Yeah.
that seed.
Yep. And with my serve, sometimes I do feel that way. Like, okay,
Yeah,
3 aces in a row, and I'm back in this, and
Yeah, never know.
yeah. So,
I will say there was one point in there when you stopped playing.
oh my
And it was
god,
love
my
40.
God,
Dude,
yeah,
that was
yeah,
the
yeah.
weirdest,
Yeah.
point.
It
yeah.
was love 40.
It was inside the line.
it
Yeah.
came
Yeah.
off
Yeah.
my racket, and I thought it was like a foot out. And then you hit it back, and I'm just like standing there, like. So, and then yeah, dumb mistakes, like.
Yeah, that could have been
That could have been,
a really big
yeah,
game
a
changer.
big
because
shift.
I
Yep.
came back in that game
Yeah.
down love 40, right?
Yeah,
So yeah,
that's probably the worst thing that I did.
Thanks for
Yeah.
bringing that up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We didn't ask that question for the record. What was the
Normally,
worst thing?
I mean, like, you know, like the feeling, like normally I know if it's going in or out or like
Yeah.
close. It felt like it was just sailing. And then it's stupid. It's
that's tennis.
really, yeah. So
Now,
that, yeah, that could have been it.
it's one of those things that's happened to all of us, I think.
yeah,
Now,
definitely.
I think we ask this question every time. What do you think of the speed of the surface, the court? How did it affect your play?
I think the new balls affected the play
Okay.
more. I'm pretty keen on the surface. Obviously, it's indoors, so
Yeah.
it's going to be a little quicker. Wind is not a factor, sun's not a factor, but I'm not used to playing with new balls.
Okay.
New balls obviously bounce.
Interesting.
Yeah. New balls obviously bounce a lot higher,
Yeah.
a lot more spin with them, a lot
they don't
faster.
slow down in the air like the fluffier ones do. Yeah.
Exactly.
You mean like the Brookfield courts? Like,
Yeah, well,
like how these are fast.
These are
courts.
fast. Yeah. And does that
It-
affect the way you play?
Yeah.
Do you prefer a slower court?
I do, just because I have enough power as is.
Yeah.
And it worked to his advantage, I think, because his ground strokes just like skip along
Yeah.
more than they normally do. And, you know, I mean, on my serves, it works to my advantage.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it, you know, but on the ground game, it definitely like helps him the way that we play.
I mean, everybody's playing on the same court, but I'm just curious to
Right.
hear people's opinions. You know, like
This
what,
is, I mean, this is faster
It is.
than I would like it to be.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. I
Yeah.
think it benefits me sometimes, but I'd
Yeah.
rather have balls that sit up than slide.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You have to like play lower
Yeah.
and
Well,
and,
and you know that I find that, again, going back to the whole net thing, is that both of you guys seem like you have good net games. You know that when you're
we
playing.
did not play.
No,
We did a lot.
but I mean, well, you had a couple of really solid exchanges where, you know, the three of us were like, well, that's the stuff right there, you know,
Yeah.
where you want to see guys just stepping in and sticking the volleys, and,
Yeah.
and you both did that. You know, I think that, you know, that it just didn't happen that much, and
Yeah.
and for me, like when you're playing on a fast court, that's the ticket to, you know, like kind
That
of.
would have been a better,
Yeah,
that would have
yeah.
been a better strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
you tell him, Scott.
I stay out of it, you know.
Yeah.
Hand of fate, you know. I'm not, you know, I'm not gonna get involved like you did.
Wait till they
One,
see
two,
how many
second
times
serve,
I jinxed. Oh my gosh, the curse of the commentator was so strong
Oh my
with me
gosh,
today.
yeah.
Every time I was like, man, Rory's really picked up XYZ. It was like instant
Instant fall
unfortunate-
apart.
Yeah,
Oh, all right,
100%. Yeah.
thanks. Yeah. Yeah.
I think we both
I
had,
almost like when I hit the second serve ace and the ball.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
This
That,
is-
I almost fell apart there, but then I won the point, and it was like okay. But
the
yeah.
ball for sure did not lie. Let's put it that way. I think I had
Oh
one
my
bad
god!
call.
I hooked
I
you.
think.
I think I probably hooked you.
But
I
the
don't
ball
know.
didn't lie though.
It didn't lie.
Throughout the entire match, so it's fine.
Thought I saw
I'm
it.
trying to remember
clearly.
who it was.
There was one serve.
That
I
was
know that
noteworthy.
I
There
did
was
not
definitely
call
one
that
bad
It was
call.
right over here.
Yeah,
it
it
was,
was
there was
over
a serve
there.
right here.
There
I
was
think
one
that
bad
you
call.
called, Chris. You said it was wide.
But I don't remember
I
who
know
it was.
that we
It was
were-
me. It was me. No,
Yeah.
it was in like.
That,
it was
and then
in,
you said ball don't lie, which I laughed at. 'Cause
Yeah.
I knew it was in, and I gave him that look.
There
like,
was also
dude.
one that you drop shot at me, and I went like right there. I hit a
That
slice.
was very
right
close.
there.
He called it in, right?
He called it in. I looked at the camera. You're like, nice shot. And I was like, thanks. I looked right
It was
back at the
very
camera. I was
close.
like, that wasn't in.
Well, you know, we had
I
a.
err on the side of not hooking, and it doesn't. It probably hurt me a little
We'll
bit.
find out later. All right. Any final thoughts, guys? Messages for the audience?
Challenges.
Want to say thank you guys
Yeah,
for
thank
having
you.
us.
thanks
I
a lot.
want
It
to
was a lot of
say
fun.
all the comments on every YouTube channel, everyone's like, I could beat this guy, I could beat this guy. I
calling
promise
out?
you, getting on the camera is way more different than watching it or playing
Yeah.
with your friends without the camera
is.
and not in a
Absolutely.
match. I challenge and welcome anyone to get on a camera,
Yeah.
actually play a match for something,
Love
or
it.
even if it's pride. So
Love
Stop
it.
giving people a hard time.
Exactly.
Even Mark. I mean,
Especially
but, like, you can give him a hard time, but.
When he's on his tantrums, yeah, you go.
Yeah, thank you as well. This was a lot of fun. It definitely changes when you're thinking about every single point to like how it's going to be on camera and how it'll look in perpetuity. But I'm excited to
In
watch
perpetuity.
myself.
Yeah, that's
like I
You'll learn a ton watching yourself
yeah,
back.
I'm
not
excited
excited
to
at
see
all.
that.
You're not gonna watch it
I'm gonna watch it, but with probably,
after a couple drinks.
and I have to go.
Since you're in the stable now, who do you want next? Each of you.
Chris wants the trolls in,
I want,
in the
yeah.
comments.
I want all the trolls.
Bring on the trolls.
Clearly.
If anyone's in the Milwaukee area, bring them in the trolls.
That's the thing about trolls; they won't ever show up.
Oh no,
Come
no,
on,
no.
no.
I've challenged so many trolls over the years, and I'm like one of the weaker players on the channel, and nobody will even come and play me. After talking smack,
Oh yeah.
it's really, you guys are just, you got nothing.
Nothing.
What do I want next?
Nothing.
Would love to play Mark.
Okay.
Would love to play Mark.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
I want a big serve battle. I want to play a big serve.
You can have me. You can have Ira.
A little offensive.
Ira. Ira.
What? No.
You mean another big serve?
Another big serve. Yeah.
I mean,
If you don't bring it, like, come on. Like, I know you have it a little bit.
I'm offering myself. Oh, I got a big serve. I know. Like let's not go there yet.
This guy's like,
I'd like to play.
yeah, maybe Ira.
Yeah, Ira.
Ira just told me the other day he wants to rematch me, so maybe he'll come back on the channel.
He's coming back strong in 2024.
Yeah.
He'll bring his Pee Wee gallery. Like have 3 kids on
Yeah.
the side.
All right. Well, we'll try to set it up.
Okay.
Thanks for playing, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Scott, for doing commentary.
Oh yeah. Chris, thanks for coming.
Congrats.
Guys, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Yep.
Talk to you next time.
All right. I'm sore. Gosh.
Wait till tomorrow.
I know.